Hey everyone, this is Kenneth with Learn with Kenneth, and I want to show you just how to just answer a very quick question. How do you create a power app, right? This question gets asked a lot on the internet. I get asked a lot about this all the time. How do you create a power app? Well, the question, the short answer, I'm going to show you how to do it. But the short answer is if you have power apps in your company or you have a private license or whatnot, it's very simple. You just log into Power App. And you're going to click on the left panel, you're going to click on create, like just like that. And then you're going to click blank app, and then you're going to choose Canvas app, right? You're going to click the create button. Now, Microsoft is constantly making updates and changes to these kind of layouts, but the functionality is there. It just might be a little bit different based off the data this video versus the changes that Microsoft made. But typically, you're going to create a blank Canvas app. You're going to click create. You're going to give your app a name. I'll just name it Aquarius. How that? We'll name it that. Aquarius 11. We'll call it that. We'll make it a tablet, which means that it's a desktop, works well on your desktop or computers or tablets. Click create, and that is how you create a power app. It's just as simple as that. Now, you might ask, well, I don't have anything on the Power App, right? But typically, what you do after you create the Power App, you'll add data sources. So you'll click on the left panel, you click data, and then you could, if your data is in a SharePoint list, then you just type in SharePoint list, select data, and then you can search, or it'll find certain SharePoint lists that are in there, and you can click the SharePoint list that you have, select the list itself from the site, and you'll typically add a SharePoint list. And then typically after that, you probably add like a form or something. So I'm gonna insert a form, very straightforward. Select the SharePoint list as my data source, and it's gonna populate some numbers. I'm gonna probably add some buttons. I'm not gonna configure it, but just kind of give you an idea of what that looks like. So you have this, right? Straightforward, pretty simple. Um, I might even add a couple buttons. So I'll probably add a button just to submit. It's typically what people would do. So I'm going to just rename this button, submit, and then I'll probably do the same thing, and I'll just rename this to cancel. And then I will probably configure this form and save it. Now you might have another screen, so you might want to add another screen, for various information. Maybe I'll add another screen. I say new screen, blank screen, and then maybe I'll insert like a gallery or something. And the gallery, for those who don't know, is a control that allows you to show a list of information. So I'm going to add a blank vertical gallery. I'm going to use the same data source, and I can probably, just really quickly um, just provide some context. And maybe I'll insert a text label. I'll just give it an ID number to show what that number is. And maybe I insert another text label. And let me see what's in my data source. Title, name. Yeah, let's choose issue name. That works. And you might have an issue name, and then you might have something like this. And then you kind of resize it a little bit, and voila. So now you have a couple screens. You have a screen that has a list of things, and then you have another screen that allows you to add new information. And then you save at the top right, you save your Power App, and then you publish. And then you click publish this version, and that's how you create a Power App. It's pretty much that simple. And what you saw me do was drag, drop, click, type. That's what low code is. It's not the technical piece where you have to go in and literally type some kind of um, long text that specifically tries to populate this information. You would never have to do that. Low code is just drag and drop, copy and paste, click, type, and that's pretty much all it is. And so now, if I were to look at this app, let's say I want to look at this app, oops, just so you can see what that looks like. If I want to look at this app because I just published it, then I would just click on the link, and it will probably show me the first screen. I didn't configure it to do anything, but I just wanted to show you this is how you create an app. Well, it doesn't show my form because I didn't design it to to show as new. Cool. So I'll just save that, resave it. So that's how you resave. And then I'll click publish this version. And when you publish a version, just so an insight, a tip, when you publish a version, you have to allow it to refresh the page and allow it to push the update to Power Apps to allow you to make to show that it was updated. And you'll see this little gray bar at the top that basically will tell you that, oh, something is coming, and then you see the yellow bar that tells you, oh, you need to refresh it because of a new app. And now you see my new app. Now none of the buttons work because I didn't configure it, but just to show you, this is how you create a Power Up in a straight format. And just a couple tips, just to recap: you're going to create the Power Up, a blank canvas app. You're going to give it a name for sure. Use tablet if you want to be on the desktop. Most importantly is you're going to use either a screen for a new entry form like this, or you're going to use a screen to show um, a list of entries that are in your data source. That could be an Excel, a SharePoint, SQL Server, whatever, Dataverse, SharePoint list, whatever the case may be, and then you just save it and publish it. And so hopefully you found this video. If you did, like the video. Take care.